Hi, everybody, and welcome to Phandalin by Night. I almost said would be heroes. That's very wrong. Welcome to Phandalin by Night, which is the Sunday game here on Vancouver by Night. Thank you for joining us again this week. We are going to be, I don't know, doing some stuff here in a basement that we are in. I'm going to let my players introduce themselves, and then we'll jump right into our action. So we'll start with Sarah.
Hey, my name's Sarah, and I'll be playing Graja Rage Rock, the half orc barbarian. And I'm striving to be less murderous this round, unless it calls for it, of course.
Sure, absolutely. Combat is the name. It's not the name of the game, but it could be. Mike.
Hi, Mike. He, him, playing Sangane, Velen, Thunderzol, he, him. Yeah, I guess I'm the healer.
Sure, that's something that you do.
With confidence.
Yeah. Whimsy.
I am Amanda. I play Whimsy, the tiefling warlock with some deep-seated issues there, who just discovered that while he technically physically can lie, probably shouldn't because it has consequences and he's bad at it. So
Yeah. But it's so much fun for me because I love a wild magic table. Denny.
Hi, everybody. Nikki, she, her. I'll be playing Denny, the tiefling bard, he, him. And I am looking forward to some incredible shenanigans in this basement. So we'll see how that goes.
Fantastic. And finally, Jart.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I play Jord. She's a for both of us, and I am the Fire Genasi monk. Let's kick some ass.
Absolutely, let's do that. When last we met our heroes, Jart had helped the angry women of this city tie up the mayor after helping them break into his house and office. But she quickly left them as the crowd got more unruly and went to look for her friends. They found the group at the Sleeping Giant, which was an abandoned, not quite abandoned, like super divey, not in a good way tavern. And as the situation of who the Red Brands were started to piece together, the group grappled with the reality of the fact that they hurt some people who may have been brainwashed or coerced into their actions. Except for Whimsy, of course, who had let his quarry go. The group decided to go after Glassstaff, the mysterious leader of the Red Brands. As they headed towards the big manor on the hill where they assume that Glassstaff is, they found a locked cellar door. And after Whimsy knocked on it, a couple of guards headed out to find out what was going on. This is where Whimsy's lie started to catch up with him. The group knocked out one of the guards, and the other shared that the town is under threat, and they have joined because it's what they needed to do for their families to be safe. The group let this man go and evacuate the town, taking a short rest and then heading into the basement to deal with the boss. They met a group of other Red Brands right at the entrance, and after giving a secret passcode, they left to go help their families evacuate. And the heroes are free to go take care of business down here, which is also when Whimsy had his wild magic surge. So that's where we're picking up. You are in this small space. There is some illumination. You can hear the water pooling from this little underground cistern. You see that there is a door where Jart is. There is also a door where some of the Red Brands came out near the pond. What would you all like to do?
Is the door in front of me closed? Like, is there a
sorry,
physical door, or is it...
Sorry, it's not a door. I should have been more clear. It is like a stone archway that's been cut out and then reinforced. So it's an alcove, like a pass through that you could walk through it if you would like to.
And can I just see what's on the other side?
Yeah, absolutely. You peek your head through and what you see I'm just going to illuminate the map a little bit here. And there's thick dust that covers the flagstones in this like somber looking hallway. Like there is I mean, you're a monk, you are kind of in tune with not only how things are, but the nature of things, like the aura almost of things. And there is a somberness, there is a sadness to this hallway. The walls are decorated with these like fake columns. They're like at like the Olive Garden where you knock them and they're just like hollow plaster. They're about every 10 feet. And then there's double doors at the end of this west hall, like at the west end of this hall, that are sheathed in copper. So they were once probably like a bright gleaming, but they have greened with age. They have this like dark patina of oxidation. There, you do still see though a relief carving that had been carved into the copper of like an angel, like a not like a good angel, not a bad angel, but like an angel that's looking somber, sad, mournful at the end of this hallway.
Okay. George's gonna look at everyone and it's gonna be like, there's a hallway and a door, but I also feel it might be trapped because these guys seem to know a lot about traps and hidden stuff.
Well, and I mean, some of them left, but
Where's the other guys?
yeah, they gotta be in here somewhere.
I think they went through that doorway. Didn't they last time?
They opened a wall.
And they left
Right.
through a wall. Here.
And aren't there some people locked up down here?
Yeah, there's prisoners.
Yeah, there's prisoners.
We have to free them. Can we go find them?
Yeah, I think the only I
Do
don't
we
know
even
what
know if this glass staff guy is here.
Yeah.
I think that if he wasn't here, the guy that gave us the information would have told us he wasn't here. He was basically peeing himself.
Yeah.
George's gonna move forward a little bit and she's gonna try to see if there's any traps, pressure plates in the floor, wires.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Oh god. Ooh, it's good. It's a 19.
As you're looking, between the four columns that are like that make a square, nope, I'm on the wrong tool on Roll20. Here, you notice that there is a thin ledge at both the north and south side of this. And although there is like a fine layer of dust in this hallway, at the north and south ledge, you can almost see footprints, but not over the flagstones themselves. It appears that people walking over this section walk either right along this wall or right along this wall.
Okay. George's gonna look at the group and be like, do we know, can we check what's on the other door to see if there's another path? I think that this place is definitely trapped, but I think we can, like, if there's nothing that way, I think I can help you pass and not trigger the trap in the hallway.
Okay. Yeah.
And Graja seems like pretty restless, kind of fidgeting and just moving around, just kind of wanting to act and sort of redeem herself in a way from what she feels like was maybe too as honorable as battle is, perhaps not as honorable upon learning who the opponents were in the end.
Where's the knocked out one?
He was outside.
That was upstairs.
And I made his friend take him with them.
Did he take him with?
I told him to.
the last guys that left. We told them to get the
To
guy
grab him. Right.
and get the money in the tavern and
Should have
leave.
kept one so we can get the lay of the land.
Well,
go.
if you guys think this is the way, I can try to guide us through. And George's gonna start walking towards the like edge of where she thinks the trap is.
Make me an acrobatics check to see like it's almost like tightrope walking, like 1 foot over the other. How good you're able to stay on this little ledge.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
No, I want to stop. Like, I want to guide everyone, make sure that everyone sees, like, everyone follows, make everyone sure that everyone sees
okay.
me.
Yeah, you guys can all come stand in this hallway. That's no problem. Jart points out that like starting here, can you guys see where I just drew? Starting about here. Let me draw it in a brighter color. Starting third tries the charm. Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Starting about there, there is the flagstone becomes uneven, and you're either going to want to walk on this south side or on this north side up here. And anybody attempting to do so needs to give me an acrobatics check to see like how well you can keep your balance.
That's gonna go well.
Right, I'm doing it.
Acrobatics.
Gonna try.
Can it be athletics?
Just run.
Why-
Don't worry about balance. Just run.
Athletics
Tell
is-
me what you think athletics would do differently when you're trying to balance on basically like a slack line.
I'm gonna just jump straight across.
Absolutely, you can certainly try.
I believe in
You
you.
are
Oh,
welcome to
boy.
try.
You can try.
Does that mean I could also roll athletics instead of trying to walk it?
You can rage
You
jump.
certainly could try.
Right.
Sure,
You have advantage.
absolutely.
Get
I'm
mad.
I'm not gonna. No, I can't rage. I gotta save it. But I will. I feel good. I feel good.
Rage washing a weasel.
Okay, so
Does
George's
someone
gonna
want to
go.
catch Whimsy?
Yeah, George's gonna go ahead.
Okay.
Because she's gonna try to get to the other side first to help anyone that goes behind her.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's a
For-
not one
For a total of what?
of 6.
Look, you have +5 as a 3rd level character. That's impressive. We should take
Yeah.
a second and think on the
appreciate
positive tonight.
How badly you feel.
Yeah.
As you are trying to walk this very careful line, Whimsy
there.
yells, are you gonna catch me? And you kind of turn around thinking, oh my goodness, he's gonna jump right now. And you lose your footing. You do fall. And as your foot steps onto the flagstone just to the side of you, it collapses in, revealing a deep pit. It is 20 feet. So that is just as a rule, when you fall, it's about it's 1d6 per 10 feet. So this will be 2d6 worth of damage. I rolled real crappy, so it's only 4 points of damage, but you do land prone. Whimsy,
Okay.
as you're saying, will you catch me? You see Jart kind of turn to look at you and then disappear. It was a magic trick. It was very impressive.
Yeah, but I
close
feel
back
like
up?
Whimsy tries to peek down and see where she went, and he goes in because I rolled a 5. So
Jesus Christ.
As you're like, oh, and you try to reach out and grab Jart, you do. And that is so kind of you. But Jart is, yeah, a little bit heavier, already had some momentum, and you kind of end up like swan diving into this. You also take 4 points of damage as the two of you land in a heap, tangled onto each other on the bottom of this little pit.
All right, I've got an idea.
hey,
So is there a way out of the pit?
Climb.
Does it look like they're just stuck in a box?
I've got some rope if you need it.
Yeah. We could lower the rope down and sort of have either one of us on either end, and we can just sort of pull them up, like tightening a lace.
Looking across the hallway, like to where we were headed before everybody fell in,
Yeah.
is there somewhere there I could maybe tie the rope to? Because I rolled a 17 to get across.
You delightfully dance across the northern ledge.
move on.
And and as you turn around to look, Whimsy and Jart are gone. Graja has big eyes, the size of like saucers at what she has just seen. And Sangane is a little bit like Captain Picard face palming. And
Yeah, that's legit.
and he's like, all right, who's got rope? And you're absolutely, I've got that. As you're kind of looking, you could maybe affix it to the handle of the door, but you don't know how sturdy that door is. It may hold.
Okay, if I may.
Certainly try.
If I may. For my
Yeah.
jump, I did get I got a 16.
Sure.
Do I get over?
Yeah, you take like a running leap, and you understand your body like an athlete has an understanding of what they can do in any given scenario. You don't jump high because this ceiling is not high enough to clear this. You launch yourself forward and do like a tumble roll on the other side. Not like a graceful, like a parkour forward somersault, more like a falling out of a moving vehicle spinny one. Do you know what I'm saying? But you land and you lift yourself back up, and there you are next to Denny.
Okay, so then Graja will turn to Denny.
You could just use me.
And she'll take the rope and basically just like wrap it around her waist a couple of times and tie it, and then because it's like 50 feet or something.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So and then she'll put the rope down into the pit and just like lean a little forward to talk to them.
Are you okay?
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have the rope. It's attached to me. Just go ahead. You can climb up.
I had a surprisingly soft landing, but I don't think that worked well for Jart.
I'm fine.
How
It's
badly
okay.
are you guys? Fine.
No, I'm fine.
We got it.
Walk it off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Natural one.
Oh.
How did we do that twice?
What
We're gonna do
were you
exactly what
rolling?
How did we
Graja
do
did.
that twice?
Step right into the pit.
Yo.
You
Sangane,
landed on Whimsy and Jart.
as you're like, oh well, if Graja's going to be there, I could tie it to myself too. That makes total sense. And you go to do like the same thing, but you're not a trained athlete in the same way. And it was more of kind of a situation of not that you failed to jump, it was that you thought you had like another 2 steps, and you just ate it right in there. The good news is that you do avoid landing on Jart and Whimsy, and that is the best that one could hope for.
You're welcome.
The bad news is that you do land hard on like your elbow. That's going to tingle for a bit, and you take 6 points of fall damage.
Right on the funny bone.
Yeah. it doesn't feel funny in this moment, Sangane.
The bane of every adventurer.
Yeah.
Jumping.
Basic
Um,
physical tasks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whimsy, why don't you go first? And I'll catch you if anything happens.
And I am going to just say, for the sake of narrative, because there's no way that the campaign ends with you guys just being unable to get out of the pit, and I now grow bored of this experience, I am going to fast forward ahead, and I still have trauma from the pits of despair from a couple weeks ago, and I can't do it anymore. So we are going to fast forward 2 or 3 minutes in time as Graja finishes pulling up the rope. We'll say Jart would have waited until the very end, until Sangane and Whimsy were up. And as Graja grasps Jart's like forearm grasp to help lift them up over the final piece, you are all assembled on the other side of this. And for better or for worse, standing now in front of, who am I missing?
The door.
Which one of you is?
Sangana is in the back.
Oh, hiding. Yeah. Hiding under something else that I couldn't see. Okay. And we'll say that Sangane is over there and you guys are just smushed together, but just for the sake of being able to move icons, I'm going to leave them right there. And this mournful looking angel is in front of you. And now that you're closer, you can see that this angel is looking down over like a shield or a symbol, a signet of some kind. If anybody is proficient in history, you could give me a history check.
I think I am. Hold on. Yes, I am.
I'm not. Crap.
This is
I would be.
16.
Sorry, say that again.
I got a 16.
A 16. You notice that, you are fairly learned. You notice that this is a coat of arms for a noble family, but you don't recognize this as being a current noble family that you know of. This has, sorry, I had, guys, like I full on had my,
It's all good.
bums me out. I full have my notes. This symbol, found it. This symbol is of 2 spreading oak trees. And you can see that it's finely carved. It is intricate. It is well detailed craftsmanship. Probably elven, except for it's in metal. And so there was some kind of fine craftsman that did this. And what you notice on these oak trees is that under one of them, there is like a small cavern, it almost appears. And there is an anvil. And on this anvil, etched onto the little teeny anvil, when you're looking very closely at it, there is the common tongue symbol for Arcana.
Interesting. Okay, I will turn back to the group and explain. So this is a crest I don't recognize. I know the oak tree is for strength. I know the anvil means that the first person to get this was some sort of a smith. But I'm not too sure where the Arcana part comes into this. Perhaps they were some sort of scholar in the academic side of making spells. Maybe I'm not really too sure, but I have a feeling that we might be in for some magic traps, so maybe we should be just a little careful about that.
And Graja looks at Sangane and says,
Do you like feel anything? Like when you stand in front of the statue, like any like magic?
My arm's numb.
Well,
I
yeah,
landed on
you
my
fell
elbow.
on your funny bone.
You can make a religion check if you'd like to.
Religion check.
And Graja is purely like she knows that Sangane is like a magic user and just sort of is like connecting the dots even in this kind of like ignorant sort of way.
That's it not popping up. Anyway, it looks like it's a 19 plus 2, so 21.
As you kind of, you're not even really sure how to describe it, and you're not even sure how you do it, but you try and connect with your deity. First off, like you guys notice his face turns a little bit darker blue, like he is blushing a little bit. And you for sure are trying not to give off a whole lot of vibes of who you're connecting to. But you kind of reach out in the divine as best you can. There is something that connects with you and that reaches out violently for you. And you're not sure what it is, but it's not great as a feeling.
From the
From
angel?
just like the general vicinity, there is something, and it doesn't, like, you have a complex relationship with your deity and you're not really sure what that looks like or how that's going to unfold. This is not what that is.
This is off.
What reaches out is, it is perverse to the idea of deity as a whole.
Oh. Huh. So I'm reaching out, sort of get a sense. I have no idea how to do this.
Yeah.
I'm just like making it up as I go.
Yep.
So sort of concentrating on, and then I get this flash of this isn't right. Something about this isn't right. It's not the door. I touched the door.
It's not the door.
But there's something's not right.
And Graja, like, imagine like in that cartoonish way, that Studio Ghibli way where the cats get all scared and there's like a movement of bristling, and that is kind of the effect. Graja's face, her eyes kind of went, she's like,
It's not Groomsh, is it? It's not him, right?
Make a religion check.
Me or
Graja.
Oh, a religion check. Okay, cool. Come on, I got nothing to add to this, so
You have an inspiration.
Oh, okay, and one more reminder of how to use that.
It's a D6.
Okay, got it.
So
I will
add to
I will
kind of
add that. I will add that. Okay. I got a 12 total.
It's not Grumsh, but as you are like, oh snap, is it? You also feel this kind of revulsion at whatever is happening beyond this door is against things that you believe in. It is not fitting in with values that you have around the way that the world works.
Cool beans.
And Graja will look at everybody else, Sangane first, and be like,
I don't think it's Groomsh, but something. You're right. It's bad. It feels wrong. I don't know what to do though, because there's. I don't know. I don't know.
I guess if there's something wrong happening here, we can make it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, we're already in a pit full of red cloaks, so whatever was happening. I mean, does this?
They've warned us about someone that's really bad that they all fear. So it's
Glass
How would a bunch of
probably
plebs from Farmtown have any knowledge of anti-religion? It makes no sense. Something about this room just doesn't make any sense to the rest of the entire thing.
They said Glassstaff's boss was the big bad scary guy.
Yes.
And Glassstaff might know more. And
Let's find him.
find him and ask him, and I don't know.
Open the door.
Light the place
Wait,
on
wait, wait,
fire.
wait, wait.
Yes.
Before you open the door, Denny is going to cast Detect Magic on the door.
Oh,
that's good.
that's smart.
That's
The
smart.
door is not magic. But remind me for a second.
Like 10 minutes, I
10
think.
minutes concentration.
And does it detect magic within 30 feet of you?
Yeah.
You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic, and you learn its School of Magic, if any. Yeah, there is definitely magic in this room that's upcoming.
Okay.
In,
All right, everyone, just brace yourselves. This
hallway?
door, we can break this
No,
down, but
in the
there's
room
something-
that's
something
upcoming.
in this one.
Several points of magic.
oh,
Okay, now you may kick in the door.
cool. Is it locked?
No.
You
That's
can
good.
still kick it in. It's a personal choice.
You
Do we
can
want
kick
to
it
announce
anywhere.
our presence though?
Well, probably not.
So I'll just
Maybe
open the
just
door.
open it.
You pull the door towards you because that's how it opens, and
Not open.
kicking it would not have done very much for you.
Wow. Now I feel like I'm being pranked now.
you pull the door towards you, and you look in. You have dark vision. There is 3 large raised on pedestal stone sarcophagi stand
good.
in what appears to be a very dark and dusty crypt. Propped up against each sarcophagus is a skeleton, a human skeleton in particular, and they seem
Propped
to
up?
be clad in like rusty mail. You can see one that's kind of opposite you. And the same tree, the double oak trees, are carved in much greater detail along the back wall that's opposite of those doors. And you can see writing on the various branches. It looks like somebody has done a family tree here, and that this is a family crypt.
Do I sense any magic coming off of the specific sarcophagus?
Are you guys all standing outside,
No, I guess we.
or did anybody go in?
No,
I'll go in.
I think Graja probably followed Sangane in.
Great, we'll roll initiative.
Right. Sure. Sure.
knew it.
Naturally.
Hey, that's a natural one.
Oh,
Ooh.
I got an 18.
Well,
Where's my
that's a
sheet?
4.
Good.
So
Yeah, I got an
Yeah.
8. I got an 8, so not great also. Get him out of the way.
All right, sorry. Whimsy got a
12.
12. Denny, 18.
18.
Graja,
8.
Sangane,
4.
and Jart.
16.
Okay, so Denny, you step in first. You do notice these auras. The room is dark, so anybody who doesn't have dark vision can't really see very much, but I think you all do. Denny, you see these 3 different the skeletons that are propped up near the sarcophagi are all have, whether it's their armor or something they're wearing, their or a weapon that they're holding, there is something magical about each of the 3 of them.
Hmm. Okay. And are they like moving, these skeletons, or are they just sitting there right now?
Just sitting there right now.
All right, I'm going to peek in, take a look around, cough because I assume it's dusty in here, and Denny doesn't like dust, and turn to the rest of the group like, okay, guys, I think it's safe. Why don't you all come in? Looks like there's some dead guys in here.
As an action with your detect magic spell, you can try to learn the school of magic of whatever the enchantments are.
Yeah, let's do that then. I forgot about that.
It is necromantic.
Oh boy. All right, so there's a necromancer. Everybody just be aware. Denny hasn't really come across a lot of necromancy before, so
I was like, does Graja even know what a necromancer is? I don't think
Maybe
so.
not.
Really too sure
I don't
what to
know.
expect with this. Abigail, you know.
Probably there were stories amongst your village of people who did wicked things by bringing people back and depriving them of their glorious afterlife and forcing them to serve once again. Right, like it would have been maybe in that context. But yeah, I would say probably people do know some version of necromancy, whatever their context is.
Cool. Gotcha.
Jart.
Since we have to go through, and Jart's not that experienced with magic, she's gonna start moving forward. The skeletons are like nearby the thingies, right?
Oh, let me pop them onto the map.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so she's gonna move all the way to here. And patient defense.
Okay.
That's her turn.
All right, Whimsy.
Whimsy's gonna sort of sidestep into the room, squinting at the skeletons suspiciously. But he's not gonna start wrecking bones without a reason. So I'm just gonna ready an action. He sort of grabs his quarterstaff and is like ready to smash anything that moves. He hears a clack of bones and it's getting walloped.
So Whimsy is going to probably come stand up against this wall near Jart, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Graja. Smack a skeleton.
Okay.
Okay. Taking a look here. I mean, I feel like she would want to like be in the most advantageous place to whenever to defend her friends. So I think I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and kind of put myself in front of Jart, but like in between the skeleton and Jart. Is that
sure?
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's see. In terms of An action. I think Raja is kind of, I think she's waiting. Like I don't think she's gonna just like bop the skeleton on the head because feel like she doesn't know what the implication of that is. So I think draws the great axe, stands at the ready, but no further action, no rage yet.
Okay. So just standing at the ready.
Yes, correct.
All right, Sangane.
If they aren't moving, then I guess it's all right. So I'm gonna prepare a lightning lure.
Okay.
And if any of them attack us, I'm gonna pull it with the lightning lure. Oop, wrong thing. In between, so that we all have a nice, solid flanking.
Okay.
You can spell shape that, right? So you're not hitting us with that nonsense.
No, yeah, it's just a straight line. It's a lightning one target.
As you prepare that, Graja, you are standing the closest and you hear the bones start to rattle first. You within a very short amount of time, within seconds, the creaking and crunching of bone on bone with no ligament or tendon there to support that. These skeletons start to move. The one that's right there next to Graja is going to take a swipe with the short sword. Oh, you know what's helpful is if I have the thing open that tells me if it hit. Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It wasn't a natural 20.
Well, so doesn't matter.
That's good. And it's gonna do. No, seriously, what am I doing? Oh, it's going to do 8 points max damage, piercing damage, as it strikes out. There is something about this particular short sword that slices through you like butter, despite the chain that the skeleton is wearing being rusty and falling to bits. The sword is good. Sorry, moving stuff around. That Steve brings up a good point. 8 points of tickle damage would still be damage. That's true. That's true. This one is going to. These two will also step down, and they almost kind of start to crumble as they step down from the stone like dais that the sarcophagi are on, but as they almost collapse forward onto themselves, they right themselves back up like a hollow look in their face as they reach forward and strike. One will strike at Jart and one will strike at Whimsy. I'm gonna sneeze, maybe. No, that's annoying.
Does Whimsy's preferred action go off?
Absolutely, it can.
Because he's smacking a bitch.
Go for it.
Gonna give a very masculine shriek, and
Absolutely.
He's gonna smack it as hard as he can in the top of the skull.
The Prodigy starts playing.
No worries. Jart, does a 16 hit you?
They have to roll with disadvantage. I was dodging.
That's right. So disadvantage, it was a 5 to hit, which does not. It was a natural 1. Oh, it was a natural 1. As he strikes forward, you dodge out of the way, and the momentum, the inertia carrying him forward, moves him right past you. And he kind of falls through the opening, and he's now face to face with Denny. Um,
And he's flanked. Sweet.
and he's flanked. Yeah, that sucks. That's why we don't roll natural ones, friends. Um,
I mean, we try not to.
Yeah.
you guys already did all yours for this game, so it's fine. Whimsy,
I feel like I've got another one in me.
what did you roll there for attack?
17 to
17 will
shriek
hit.
in a very masculine fashion.
Absolutely. The
That's what fun
the reverberation of Whimsy's scream
does.
echoes through the cave and beyond. As Sarah is losing it. As
They know we're here
That
now.
really got me.
as you also hear a thunk. What was the damage on that?
Whimsy?
The damage.
Yeah,
still
sorry.
reading on my
It's still rolling Whimsy's dice.
Uh,
If you're new to our channel, first off, thanks for watching. Secondly,
Don't forget
Whimsy's
to put a lot of
dice
RAM in your
take a
laptop,
little bit,
otherwise.
and that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ooh, okay, minimum damage. So 3.
You know, although a skeleton doesn't technically have ears, you do notice it wince a bit as you scream into its face. You maybe did a bit of psychic damage with that. Like you're not totally sure, but there might be something there that you could explore in the future. Does a 13 hit you?
I believe 13 is my AC. Double check. Yeah, 13 is my AC. So does it hit if it's the same?
Yeah, if it meets.
Does
If
it?
it meets,
Like
it hits.
those-
Meets or exceeds, it hits.
Yeah.
So that's only 3. It's not too bad.
Oh.
And we're back up to the top. So Denny with Jart on deck.
Okay. Okay, Denny is going to react to a gross crumbling skeleton laid out in front of his feet with both disgust and horror. And he doesn't have his rapier out yet, so he's just gonna like curb stomp the skeleton right in his stupid skull. Because
Absolutely.
he can't really do much else.
Sure.
Because he's so horrified. Oh, that's a natural 20. Would that be an unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 2 points of damage.
Strength damage. Strength bonus. 1 plus
Okay.
strength bonus.
Well, my strength is garbage, so
But doubles because
It's like 1 plus 1, 2. And what's your strength bonus?
it's 1.
So it's a 3 points of damage.
3. But because it was a natural 20, I
Doubles.
will say that you stomp it and then your foot does not move. So it's going to have a hard time getting up.
oh nice.
You have stomp / grappled. I'm not sure how to really describe that, but it is not.
Age.
Yeah.
Now Denny's extra horrified.
It's on me.
Your
Screaming help.
foot kind of goes through the back of its like ribs and it's now stuck in there. You're gonna have to kind of shake it off.
Gross,
Yeah.
gross. I don't like it.
Jart.
Amazing.
I'm gonna hit it.
Oh, geez, Chart's flanked.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn around, like after letting it pass, I'm gonna turn around and kick it also. So the first attack,
You get to roll with advantage because it is like down and being held steady for you.
it's a 16.
16 will hit.
Uh,
Is that with advantage?
yeah,
Okay.
so it's 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And I am going to do Fury Blows
Okay.
for 2 more attacks. So next attack, it's a dirty 20.
Hits.
It's for 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And the third one It was almost a nat 20. It's a 14.
Hits.
Okay. Ugh. It is 6 points of damage, sorry.
You see, Denny, you see Jart slam down onto the ground, like almost like 3-point style, except for their fist, instead of trying to steady them on the ground, is poking through the skeleton. And then you just see like a whirlwind of bits of bone and dust fly through the air as Jart starts grabbing bones and removing them, punching down, grabbing bones, removing. Your foot is free to move. And the skeleton is not free to move as it lies motionless on the ground in front of you.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Whimsy.
Whimsy's going to continue shrieking and bopping it on the head as hard as he can. And he's probably going to keep trying to do that until it's powder. Because he has not met an undead before and isn't enjoying the experience.
Graja, did I skip your turn?
I don't
I think she was
actually.
I think I went before. I get to go twice close together because I had a readied action.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I don't think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
All right. We're good. We're good. Go ahead, Whimsy.
So that is a 12.
12. As you swing forward with your staff, still kind of screeching, it recoils at the sound of the noise that is emanating from you and just narrowly misses as your quarterstaff goes slamming down to the side of it.
Ooh.
You slam it down onto the sarcophagi and break a chunk of it off, and there's like a hole where the top of the sarcophagus was.
It's probably fine. Desecrating
Probably
grave
great.
small. Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, screeching and smacking things. That's all I got
Sure.
in me right now.
Sure. Hey, that's a lot. Graja.
Okay. So, with my great axe, I would like to attack this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So I am going to. I'm in the physical dice now, so I'm on my own. Okay,
Woo.
Here we go. So I'm rolling to attack.
Are you
Nat
raging?
No, nope,
Okay.
not raging. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20. Nat 20. Feels better on real dice to roll a nat 20. I will say that.
Yeah.
I will say that. I will say it. Okay.
100%.
Cool. So, then I will roll damage. So, in terms of what I'm just doing, I think it is a straight up, like, just like an overhand, like, smash down, truly,
Sure.
like, onto this skeleton. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's one. I need a D12.
And what weapon do you use?
The great axe.
Your great axe. That's right. You said that.
Yeah, I am using that this time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you roll 2d12 instead of 1.
Love it.
Yeah, if it's 2d12 instead of 1.
Oh, really?
Because of the nat 20. That's what a nat 20 does.
So yeah,
for
so
real?
you have a choice. You either can roll your dice and then double the dice, or you can roll double the amount of dice. That's what happens when you roll a critical hit.
Oh, I guess maybe this is the first time I've ever done this. So I'm like, whoa, all these benefits.
Probably you have rolled 20 as a critical hit before, but D&D Beyond does it for you. So you probably didn't notice
so I
that
didn't
it was
know
doing
it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, I'm rolling 2d12 then. Okay. So that's an 8. And that's a 12, baby.
Hey.
So then that gets plus 5. So that's 17.
That's a 25.
25.
25.
25,
8,
12.
Oh, I get to. I add them
25.
together. Oh, I
Yeah,
add.
yeah,
Okay, okay. All right, I'm back with you. Okay, yeah, 25.
25 points of damage, which is like double what this thing has.
I was about to say.
You scream forward with your strike, and just the ringing of Whimsy's screeches in your ears substitutes your need for rage. You are like living vicariously through Whimsy's screeches, and you slash forward with your great axe, and just you don't even feel the bits of bone that like explode out towards your face. But there is just bone everywhere. There is bone embedded into the carved oak tree, like family tree that's on this wall.
Oh, bone shrapnel. Bone shrapnel.
Bone shrapnel is absolutely a great way to describe what's just happened.
I axed his family back 2 generations. All their bones are dust now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I believe that that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Thunder Soul, Sangane.
I don't know if I can follow that. I'm not in melee with any of them, and that's perfectly fine by me. I could, I guess, yeah, because that's a range. That's a thing. Oops. I could, I guess, pull it in with a lightning lure.
You can, yeah.
Because it's within range, it's within 15. And I could just basically sort of drop it so that we're all in. They basically put it where the other skeleton formerly was.
Sure.
And that way we're basically sort of just flanking it 7 different sides.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is a straight strength saving throw from it. DC 13.
Oh no. No. So
right, so basically I
gets pulled towards you.
Slaps his hands together, sort of thing. It sort of points lightning, sort of a little spark arcs over top of all my friends. Sort of almost lassos around it, sort of seizing it into almost like a magnetic sort of rounded barrier. And it just sort of like hauls it in, and it sort of comes within 5 feet of me, takes a D8 damage. So that's something. Nope. Sorry, wrong dice. I knew 6 points.
Sure. Jart, you are kind of looking down at the remains of this skeleton that you pummeled, and then all of a sudden there is 2 new legs standing, almost sprouted up out of the top of this other skeleton that was there, and a new skeleton stands there. And it is their turn.
Oh crap. Oops.
Can I just get everybody to roll a d20 for me?
14.
And whoever's highest is getting attacked.
2.
Right. Come on, 1.
Yeah, really. Come on.
I legit, I know Lai got another nat 20.
Great. Works for me. Does a 15 hit you?
Yeah.
All right.
That's okay. This is what I'm here for, to take the hits.
Yeah,
It's all good.
That's fine. You take 4 points of piercing damage as this skeleton looks around unsure of why it got teleported, and then turns around and just like swipes out with its short sword at Graja.
Okay.
Denny, you're up.
All right. Denny is thoroughly disgusted and thinks this is all very icky, but he is going to take out his rapier. And he's very aware that stabbing it in the ribs is not really going to do much. So he's going to try and smash his rapier down on its skull instead.
Sure.
That's not great. Where is my rapier? Oh, okay, that's 17.
17 hits, absolutely.
Okay, cool. And that's gonna be 15. That's 7 damage.
As you strike your dagger forward, you push it off balance, smashing through its through the roof of its mouth and into what once was a brain cavity. But you push it and tumble it backwards. It tumbles over Jart, and as it hits the ground, it splays into all of its bones, just spreading across the floor. And the shrieking of Whimsy still fills the chamber for another second, but it doesn't look like there's anything else moving aside from you all.
And Whimsy definitely continues hitting it.
Absolutely. Yep.
While shrieking.
And I think
Schmack.
I think Raja is kind of taking stock of her injuries. I'm imagining I'm bleeding, probably.
Yeah, like you have some superficial scrapes.
Okay.
As the bone hits you. There's, like a scrape along your cheek, some down your hands.
Okay.
But and you are a little bit damaged from the swords themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. And as you guys take a second to look around this room, you see that there are 2 more doors, one in the north and one in the northeast.
Wait. Didn't you say something about that sword that the one thing did, hurting Graja?
Did I?
Fancy sword.
What do you
Would you
mean?
like to make an investigation check?
What do your elf eyes see, Denny?
You're the elf.
While everyone else is looking around at stuff, Denny's going to clean his boot.
Absolutely.
Whimsy's gonna poke the end of his quarterstaff into the hole in the sarcophagus he made, just to make sure no one else is in there.
You don't hear bone as you poke your stick down there, but you do hear something.
He gives a casual nudge to the top of the sarcophagus.
The sarcophagus lid slides a little bit, and you see something glint.
Ooh, shiny. Well, Whimsy's never been wise. He reaches in and grabs for it.
Whimsy, no.
Denny, as soon as Whimsy's hand reappears over the top of the sarcophagus, bing, there is a definite magic from your detect magic that is still up.
Found shiny. What is my shiny?
It looks like a metal pipe. That's really disappointing.
Well, Whimsy has weird sense of cool.
As you're kind of looking at it, it's about the same size as your quarterstaff, except for smaller. It's maybe like 2 foot. Like it's an awesome like cyberpunk aesthetic beating pipe, right? But at the top end, there's a button.
Okay, I'm going to quickly saunter over and just kind of put my hand gently on Whimsy's holding the pipe and be like, yeah, this is definitely a magic item, so just tread very carefully with this one, please. We're in an enclosed room, and I don't want to die via fireball. Thank you so much.
It's my stick. You can't have it. It's my stick.
I don't want the stick. Just want you to be careful with the stick. We've talked about this, remember? Be careful with things you don't know what they are.
No, I'm not using it.
Seeing that Whimsy found something, Jart's gonna open another one of the sarcophagus to see if there's anything else in there.
Ditto.
I think
Yeah, you
Raja.
guys.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think Raj is very uncomfortable by all of the sarcophagi like opening and just like kind of searching around. I think she's sort of like I don't think she feels confident enough to like actually reproach anybody, but she's just like looking at everybody kind of confused about why we're messing with the items or the places of the dead. And she's kind of just like wiping some of the like the blood off and just like kind of puts her weapon back on her back, and she's just kind of like muttering to herself like what
Why did they do that? What? I don't. Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Quick question for the DM: does that sword glow at all?
Yeah, the sword does glow.
I mean, I don't know that, but yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, Denny does. And as the two other sarcophagi lid get slid off, there is more that you can sense, Denny.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just kind of turn to the group at large and be like, okay, like everything in here has some magic and it's weird and we should definitely tread carefully, guys. I'm not here to be your mom. You can do whatever you want, but definitely be very careful with some of these.
How about you tell us what's magical, we put it in a bag, and then we figure out what it does when we leave.
That's a lot to carry around, though. Why don't we leave them here and then come
How
back?
many items are there? Like, I don't think
What
there
are they?
Well, the sword, the pipe, the
Yeah, there's
armor that they
two.
were wearing, and
The armor is not
Oh.
giving you that aura anymore. It was the skeletons themselves.
Gotcha. Okay.
But as you're kind of wandering around and starting to number out the things, in the one that Sangane is near, there is a small little pouch, or maybe a mid-sized pouch. And as you kind of gently lift open the flap, gingerly trying not to disturb it, there are 3 potions inside there. And then in the other one that's up here on the other side of Graja, there is, I'm sure, what once was like a pillow, and there is a hat that is giving you some sort of faint arcane glow.
Okay. 2 questions. How
Yeah.
dope is this hat? Is it very fancy? On a scale of 1 to 10, how fancy are we talking?
So fancy, yes.
let's be
This is a
careful.
noble's house.
Okay.
In current style, no. This hat is a couple hundred
It's
years old.
retro.
It is it has a wide brim. It is made of this dark like indigo velveteen, and it's got like a poofy like town crier hat basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
With what was at one point probably lots of large plumage coming out of it, and a smart looking buckle at the front.
Ooh.
Yes.
Denny is suitably impressed, but it's not his style, so he's not super into it that much. But he would like to take a look and see like what kind of magic is imbued in this.
Oh, you're gonna ask me questions. Sure. This is a illusion school of magic on the hat.
Now Denny's intrigued again. Denny's gonna take the hat. Denny's gonna take it. He's not gonna wear it, but he's gonna take it.
I was gonna
And see
say,
if he can figure out some more later on.
careful.
So Danny's gonna take the hat. Whimsy is gonna take the stick. I'm gonna, like, if no one else claims the 3 potions or the sword, I'm gonna put them in my bag.
I mean, I could use something a bit better than the dagger I'm wielding.
Do you want the sword? Like,
If no one else wants it,
yeah, sure.
unless somebody else has a better weapon.
These are my weapons.
Oh yeah, speaking of,
The cat?
DM,
I throw cats at people.
Denny, and
Yeah.
Sangana sort of fussles about with his pack a little bit. Is pulls open the flap, the dagger of the fancy dagger.
Are you talking to me?
Yes,
The fancy dagger, what? Sorry,
fancy
I
dagger
was
that
not.
I took
I was
from,
looking something else up.
No, I took the dagger from
Viesa,
Fiesta.
did you?
Yes,
Okay.
I
And
had
what are
it
you
on me
asking
when
about it?
I wasn't able to get rid of it.
Right, right. And what are you asking about it?
I'm just wondering if is there
We just
anything
lost
anything
Denny.
with this one?
Did we lose Denny?
Yeah, for a sec.
Are all the boxes still okay? Okay. Sorry, Mike, say that one more time.
I'm just wondering if there's a magic aura.
There is, yeah, Denny sees a very very strong magic aura about this.
No, good to know. Okay.
And there is one on the sword also. So are you picking up the sword?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Um,
Now we did lose
Now the boxes.
Denny
Oh,
officially.
yeah.
let's cut to a break for a couple minutes and we'll come right back.
Okay, be right back, everybody.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. There's actually more of you than when we left. So if you're new to watching our stream, or if you're just new tonight, thank you for joining us. Our friends here, our heroes, have just cleared a family crypt of the skeletons that had been programmed, I don't know, spelled, I don't know, enchanted to protect this crypt. And now they are just straight up grave robbing. This is not quality practice, and archaeologists of the present do not appreciate this valuation of their systems. But
I've done nothing.
It belongs in a museum.
I have
our
none of
heroes
these
are in it.
items.
So
Nice.
here's what they have found so far. Whimsy has found a metal rod. It looks like a really good sturdy beating pipe. And even though it's been in this crypt for a couple hundred years, it does not in any way look rusted. There is a button at the end that he could click if he so chose to, which he totally should. Denny has Detect Magic up, which has given off the faint auras of the metal pipe. There is a small bag with three potions in it. There was a hat in one of the other sarcophagi that was giving off an illusion. It is super fashionable 200 years ago. It is like, in Pocahontas, the governor, that like hat that he wears, that's pretty much what this thing is. It is like a bright indigo velvet that may or may not, like Denny might be able to pull this off. Denny is that person who you can take thrifting and they could try anything on and it would look good. That's Denny. And then there is also a sword. And so while we were just on a little bit of intermission, I got Mike to roll. So a little bit behind the scenes. I don't like super planning a lot of that. I love to just let my players roll their own fate. And so Mike rolled. So Mike, what you see is that this is as you've picked this little sword up, and as you're looking at it, the hilt is these very fine wings with these curves that come out of them, and it is very well balanced. There is a small blue gem beset in the hilt. It does have a script. It does have like not runes, but like a language written into the hilt.
Is it a language?
It is, yeah.
Is it a language I understand?
It is, yes. It's Elvish.
Ooh. What's it say?
Illifarn.
Illifarn.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Click the button.
The sword begins to vibrate, and as you kind of let your hand loose a little bit, it hovers just above your hand.
Like, so I'm not actually touching the sword, but it's sort of there.
Still well balanced, and like as you kind of move your hand, it does kind of keep some kind of rotation with your hand, but it is not, you are not holding it. It is hovering.
Cool.
Like a kid on Christmas.
You guys totally hear this hearty little chuckle from the elf in the corner. And as you look over, you see a sword, a beautiful little short sword hovering above his hand.
What's going on with that sword?
Ooh, floaty.
Magic.
Whimsy tries that with his stick and it just drops.
Clang, clang.
Clang. Oh, Lord.
Okay. Is everybody done looking through the dead people's stuff?
Hey, if they try and kill me, I feel like I'm owed a shiny thing.
Is there any identifying markers or anything that would tell us what these people or who these people were?
Family crest.
The tree.
Roll anybody who would like to, as Sangane asks, anybody who would like to can roll an investigation check. And you're looking very specifically for languages, runes, names.
Denny's just very into this hat because he rolled a 3. So
Yeah.
Yep,
Seems
Graja's.
no reason he should know any of this, but
Yeah, I got a
see.
3, so nope.
Whimsy definitely knows nothing, which is in character. I rolled a 1.
Sure.
Whimsy really wants to press the button.
Whimsy's just looking at it, keeps trying to make his stick hover, and it just keeps falling.
It just keeps falling.
Maybe if it clicks the button.
Sangane, you do see in the same Elven script, you do find along the sarcophagi that Whimsy broke and then slid open, you do see the name Trezendar.
In Elven.
In Elven, correct.
Do these... I mean, I'm not the most expertise on anatomy or anything, but elves do have a certain physiology that's a bit different from human.
Yeah, no, these were human. The skeletons were human.
The skeletons were human.
They were.
The sarcophagi are empty.
Yeah.
But the crypts themselves are written in Elvish.
Yeah, and actually, as you look beneath that, you thought it was just kind of like aged scratches, but you do notice beneath the word Trezendar in Elvish, you do notice that it says Trezendar beneath that. That's weird.
or
Written in French and English?
Yeah.
Trezendar, Trezendar?
You just see Trezendar, Trezendar. You don't necessarily recognize that this is separate languages.
Interesting. Maybe they're allied with the elves, and it was a great.
And then you
gift.
see it a third time. Trezendar. It says Trezendar, Trezendar, Trezendar. That's odd.
Beetlejuice vibes.
I was just gonna say.
Like,
Candyman.
are there 3 different things written there, or?
It's just written right below it. Trezendar, Trezendar, Trezendar.
Does anyone else see the multiple language?
Do you point it out to anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, who would like to come over and look?
Whimsy's probably right there still, because it's the one that his stick was in, so he'll have a look.
Sure.
Yeah,
What
Graja wants to
languages
look
do you
too.
speak?
Point to the top
Yeah.
one on the top. Okay, so what does this
Sure.
say?
Whimsy speaks Common, Infernal, and Sylvan.
You don't recognize this. I mean, the language kind of looks roughly Sylvan. You can guess that it's Elvish, but you can't read it.
Sort of like a Spanish-Portuguese situation.
It's, yeah.
Same roots, but...
I speak orc, obviously, and then giant also.
You do not recognize any of the 3 of these.
All right.
Whimsy's like, yeah, man, that doesn't say anything.
What's the third language then?
Well, not Common or Infernal.
The second one's not common or infernal either?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a question. What he points, is it there? Like,
Oh yeah, you can see that there are
okay,
the
things written.
the first one and the third one are like a written language. The middle one is runes.
Runes.
What languages do you speak, Jart?
No, I don't speak Elvish. I speak Primordial, Sylvan, Draconic, and Common.
Wow.
Yeah, the top one looks like Sylvan-ish. Like the difference between Portuguese and like Brazilian Portuguese, like it's there's a lot of similarity, but it's not
Same.
perfect.
Yeah. And what's wrong with this? Like, is there a clue or something?
It just all reads the same to me. What is the middle language?
Hold on a second.
The bottom language.
I have comprehend languages as
Sure.
a spell. With that, would I be able to? Oh wait, hold on. Doesn't decode written language. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And Garage is sort of like taking all this like language discussion, and she's just kind of looking around and in confusion. Like,
I don't understand. I thought this was just some like. I thought this just was where like a bunch of bad guys were hiding out, and now it's like there are names and skeletons and everything seems to be all mixed up.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why does this family, this Trezendar family that was buried here, it seems like they were buried a long time ago, and they were connected in some way to the elves, at least. That's the first language. The second language, I'm not sure what it is, but for some reason I can read it.
You say it out loud. You say the word out, like you're not necessarily reading the runes. Your brain is seeing the word Trezendar, but you say it out loud. And Graja, it's a language you have heard people who visited your village and did trade in your village speak, but it's not a language you speak.
Oh.
But you recognize it as he speaks it out loud. It's Dwarvish.
Oh, Sangani, it's Dwarvish. Like, I remember it from back home
Dwarvish?
sometimes.
What?
I don't... That doesn't... Okay, well, I understand that, you know, it's important we understand what's going on here, but I'm so worried about the prisoners.
Yeah, and I think Whimsy's enthusiastic beating may alert someone of our presence, and if this guy wants to run, he's gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that loud?
It was definitely kind of pitchy.
Yeah, and wolves and caverns.
I mean, I'm no judge.
it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
So Jared's gonna go forward while they check the writing, and it's gonna check this door here.
Okay, Mike, you can put Dwarvish or Dwarven in your languages that you speak and write.
Whoa!
Okay.
Cool, free language.
What?
What?
Jart, as you gently kind of open this door, let me just reveal this area to you. Nope, that closed it back. Come. There we go. You see a long hallway with another door at the east end of that hallway.
Okay. She's gonna go and also peek out of this door. Try to see what's like which path is better.
As you start to open that door, you can hear like a soft crying coming from inside the room.
She's gonna like very softly look at everyone and say, like, the prisoners, I think they're here. They said there was a woman and a child.
Okay, can we go in? Is it locked?
No, it's not locked, but like, get close in case something bad happens.
Yeah, no, I'm right here. I'm ready.
Okay, George's gonna open the door.
You open the door and yeah, indeed you see cages lining the south and north walls. You see a young boy about 15 in the cage in behind the bars to the north, and you see a woman and her child in the cage to the south. They're kind of pressed up against the bars, and I know you can actually see the other things on the map, but you don't necessarily see anybody behind them.
So George's gonna come in Uh, and do they have like a door? The
Yeah,
regular
the
cell door.
it's not gonna let me click. The sorry, the door is in the middle here. If I it's right here and right here.
Uh, so George's gonna come in.
Mhm.
Um, be like, Lord Tresendar looks over us. We're here to help because he worked in the last room.
Um, the girl, she's about 18, and her mom seems to be a little bit older. Um, the girl was kind of softly crying, and you hear a gruff voice come from her, and she goes, "What did you say?"
Lord Tresendar looks over us. We're here to help.
The girl looks to her mom, kind of scared and confused. And then you see two red cloaks pop out over the top of the woman and her mom, of the girl and her mom. And they say, "Lord Tresendar looks over us. Who are you?"
We are from out of town. We learned what was going on. We're trying to help. Everyone's leaving town right now. Your friends, the ones in the cellar thingy room, they're gone.
They left with their families.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh god. I don't know why me, the zero charisma character,
You do
does
always
the
end up here.
talking.
You do always end up here.
It's a 15.
You're doing fine.
The guy
Thanks,
kind of pushes the girl aside and steps out from the middle of them, separating her from her mom, and steps out into the middle of the room with another guy following. And they say, "Everybody's evacuating? Is it? What about Glassstaff? What about
Where is he?
uh, what do you mean? Where it? Why would everybody be? You don't know where he is?"
We're here to find him.
Probably in his library or
How do we get
room, I'd imagine.
We came through the back entrance.
there? It's quite urgent.
Everyone took their, like, the money is gone. The people from the town took the money. Your friends took the money, and everyone's leaving.
And I think Raja at this point, like, also is like stepping into the room fully. So I believe that's me, and I'm kind of gonna just be like, boop, maybe right there. And she's gonna look at the two guys, and she definitely like kind of furrows her brow, and she goes,
It's over. It's over. You have to leave. You gotta leave, and we gotta help, and we gotta go get Glassstaff. Just get out of here.
They look to each other, and one of them looks back to the woman, to the mom, and says, "Myrna, I'm sorry. I didn't. You know that we had to do what we had to do. It was nothing personal." And they take off. One of them drops some keys, and then they take off.
Wait.
One of them stops and turns. What?
How do we get the glass staff? It's urgent we get to him quickly.
He points at the door that's behind you there, Sangane, and he says, "On the left at the end of the hall, press the third brick. It's brown colored. There's a door over the bridge. Stay to the right. And then he takes off.
Graja looks at you said Myrna and the other prisoners, and she said her face definitely softens now that the guys are gone, and she looks at him and says,
Are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need food and water?
Myrna comes to the bar, and she kind of unsuredly pushes open to make sure that the door was open, that they did not like close it and lock it, and it is open, and she takes a step into the room, and brings her daughter with her, and she says, thank you. Have you found my husband? Is he okay?
Who's your husband? What's his name?
Fell. He's one of the blacksmiths in town. He works for your cousins.
Oh,
and she looks at like the rest of the party.
Did we meet anybody with that name? I don't think so.
They probably evacuated with everyone else. We didn't talk to any blacksmiths, but they probably left one with the others.
Who's the person behind Graja?
The woman goes to that, picks up the keys and goes and unlocks that door. And the boy, about 15, steps forward. And she takes his hand, and the three of them just kind of huddle together. And she says, thank you. I don't have anything to repay you. I don't know where. I'm sure that we'll reconnect with Thel, but I'm sorry, I don't have anything to repay you. Thank you for saving us. What do we owe you? What can we do?
Okay.
Jenny's gonna pop his head around the corner and just be like, all I need, crisp high 5 right here. You're welcome.
She steps forward and like tentatively, it's not crisp. It's a little bit soggy. It's but she does like she does meet you there. And she says, I'm not from Phandalin. When my family fled Thunder Tree when I was a little girl, I left my necklace under some boards. It's not worth much, but it's all I have. I saw them burning down my house before they took me. If you can find it, consider it repayment. And she grabs her kids by the hands and they start to run.
There's a hole in that room. Stick to the wall.
Crap, stop them.
The trap was open, so they'd be able to see.
Oh, that's fair. I still feel like we should have tied off a rope or something.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so
we can get to Glassstaff now.
Yeah. So left end of the hall, the brown brick.
Yeah.
Is Jart, did you say that you grabbed the pouch of the potions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll carry them for now.
Okay. I'm trying to like keep track of what there is in case somebody decides to like quaff them during a game.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to, because that's exactly what Sarah did in my game.
I down them. That's how we roll.
Hilarity ensues.
It's so much fun. But I'm the whimsy of that campaign, I think. So like,
yes,
makes sense.
Right. Whimsy, you got that button there.
We'll wait until he's bored on rest.
It's like
Denny specifically told him not to play with things, so he's gonna wait until Denny's asleep and be like, "He's not my real dad."
So he's kind of looking at
beautiful.
We're kind of in a mission
with little
right
jealousy.
now.
He's balancing his sword on air. Hey, check it. Whimsy.
Who's going in that hallway to look for the brown brick?
I'm going.
Okay. There is this door to the other side, and just kind of having a basic understanding of construction, it must be fairly small, maybe a storage room or a bedroom of some kind, but you just gently kind of knock into it. It seems to be locked. You do find the brown brick that's the third one, and as you press it, you do hear stone start to slide on other stone, and it is, this first part seems to be a room that's just full of barrels, is what you can see.
Wine cellar.
And I would let you go further, but we're going to stop there tonight, as it's that time, my friends.
Yeah.
Camp out in the wine cellar.
And this feels like a good place, unless Whimsy wants to press that button. This feels like a good place to stop. No?
Cindy
All right, I won't
distracted
make
with
you.
his hat, so
Whimsy's-
it's up to you, Whimsy.
Quincy's not
That's
gonna
fair.
sleep tonight. Amanda's gonna have nightmares with the buttons.
All right. So, and just to remind you guys, for those of you who are taking notes of my players, Myrna did tell you about a necklace that was hidden beneath some floorboards in the village of Thunder Tree.
On a burned house. Yeah.
Okay. And her husband's name is Thel, Thel. In case you wanted that. Okay, so that's where we're going to end for tonight. Let's go around. My players can tell a little bit about themselves and anything else they're working on, and what they think Whimsy's button does. That's what I want to know from everybody. So we'll start just over to I think it's my left on Twitch here, and we'll start with G.
Hi everyone, I appear as Najra Creations on every social media. I'm a professional cosmaker, so if you have any cosplay plans, I need help, shoot me a message. And I think the button thingy, it's probably an immovable rod.
Okay. Classic. Can't
Yeah.
go wrong. Above that, we have Amanda.
I'm Amanda. I'm balderdashing on pretty much every social media. Not that any of them do anything exciting these days. And I'm hoping a movable rod, but also I feel like that's almost too obvious. I don't know.
It is a rod.
It's a rod.
It is a rod.
And it's got a
It
clicky
has a
button
button
on the end,
It does.
which sounds like an immovable rod, but I don't know.
We may or may not ever find out. Above Amanda, Sarah.
Hey, my name is Sarah. I played Graja Rage Rock. You can find me here on this very channel, Vancouver by Night, as part of the Saturday Vampire the Masquerade takeover. That's just vampire all day. We have Level Up Dice Vancouver and Rolling D's 20s, as well as Martlet Games, where I'm a creative partner. Here on D&D. And then I'm super excited because it's been announced Friday the 8th, a bespoke horror series with a redhead vixen, or Lex, is premiering on the Vancouver by Night channel. I am on cast for that. In the spooky season, this is where you want to be. The production level is through the roof. We have a custom soundtrack, custom sound effects, graphics, everything, a really dynamic cast. So I encourage you to check that out here coming up on the 8th. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter as MC Diabetes, and I'll see you next time. Oh, the rod. Neither Sarah nor Graja knows what a immovable rod is. So I think when you press a button, it's like lightning shoots out, and that's gonna make Sangane mad. That's what I think.
Oh, interesting. An immovable rod is exactly what it sounds like. When you click the button, the rod doesn't move. It maintains. It's
in space.
space.
Oh, okay. Probably should have figured that from context clues, but wasn't
No,
sure.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, very good
They are
question.
useful, right?
Cool, yeah,
they,
for
they
sure.
have their purposes, but they are not the only magic rods in existence. They are
Oh,
the
yeah.
most common of the most uncommon magical
Oh.
things. They are the most common of the rods, but they're not the only rods.
I'm understanding now.
Mike.
Hi, Mike. I played Sangane. For the record, he wouldn't be jealous. He'd be like, yeah, cool, lightning.
Yeah. Lightning
all
buddies.
lightning all the time. You can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America or CDN Captain America on Twitter. You can catch me here on this channel on Sundays doing this amazing group adventure with these lovely people and this fantastic DM who is also in our Tuesday game, which is another game on this channel, 5th edition as well, where you can catch me as the Dungeon Master. You can catch me on Saturdays at these Vampire Takeover, playing in the Delves into Darkness game, which is at 3 p.m. PST. Tuesday game is at 6 p.m. PST. This game is at 2 p.m. PST. The Rod, I would be fine with it being an immovable rod. I would be tickled if it was a Rod of Lordly Might, because that's kind of cool and it turns into all kinds of shit, just like a Switch Army knife. But I'm hoping for what being one piece of the Rod of 7 parts.
Okay. Lots of good lore for our viewers to go and for our players to go look up there.
Far too long.
Yeah, love it. Nikki.
Hi everyone, Nikki. I've been playing Denny today. You can find me on Instagram mostly. That's where I live for the most part. As I'm Poppy Fields. You can also find a link to the cat's Instagram if they've been on camera enough. My one cat Edmund is very sick right now, and he's like a drooly little monster boy right now. So there's lots of pictures of him being a weirdo on there. So check us out, and he's drooling all over my dice, so that's exciting. Thanks so much.
Fantastic. And what do you think the rod is?
Oh, I think it's a red herring. It's not any sort of fancy rod. When you click it, fake flowers come out the end.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That
would be so whimsy.
That would be.
Whimsy would like that more.
If I were designing the treasure for the characters, that's what I would have chosen. But you guys rolled randomly on magic tables for these. I am Sarah, she, her. I am the DM here on Phandalin by Night. I also play the cleric in the Vancouver by Night's Tuesday night D&D game. And you should come and check us out there. We've just beat like our first big bad and we're heading back to the town. And what else? I don't have anything else to announce right now, but there's maybe something that's coming up way outside my wheelhouse and comfort zone. So we'll see how that materializes. And yeah, that's about it for us. So I want to say thank you to Vancouver by Night for hosting us. We always have fun here. We appreciate your hospitality. Vancouver by Night has a Patreon and a coffee for supporting the channel. The money raised there gets evenly distributed amongst the creators and the cast and the crew, and allows us to do some high production things like what Sarah was talking about previously. And we are hoping, I think it's this week, it might be next week, the first round of Game Her announcement of like who goes on to the final comes out. So if you did vote for Phandalin by Night, we really appreciate it. We hope that we do make it into that next one. But even if you don't, if you could just spread the word about us, because I'm proud of what we're doing and I think that we're doing some good stuff. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.
Next week's the holiday. So just
next week is the holiday. We will not be live, but we will be airing a game, but we won't be live. We're going to pre-record next week.
The Americans got you covered. The Americans got you.
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Don't worry about it. And we are going to raid into Miss Magitech today, so please stick around for some D&D with Miss Magitech. Stay tuned for the raid. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.